What up, people? This is David Allen. In making this video, I had to decide whether or not I wanted to piss off the left, if I wanted to piss off the right. Because even Mr. Miyagi say if you try to stay in the middle, you get squashed just great because you can't balance the two on both sides. Yeah, I never lived by that notion anyway, so I'm going to try my best to piss off both sides of this argument. Here goes. Number one. The crazy part of all this is the whole United States seen and know that what happened to that man was wrong. Mr. Floyd shouldn't have died, and no way, shape, form, fashion. All four of them should be held accountable. One of them's already been charged with third-degree murder. I do not know what the count for that is, what that carries as far as maximum goes. They charged him with the lesser because that's what they could get him on, and it was easier to prove. Though I'd like to point out that the autopsy said the man was in bad health to begin with, but being held down with your neck for 9 minutes is not, and knowing the man's screaming that he can't breathe, and you still, even after he stops moving, have the knee in his neck, is bullshit. It's just should not be that way. None. So I agree with anyone that gets out, goes and protests, and to show their disapproval. I've got that. Because apparently, and we do have a problem with cops that, not counting the good ones, but the bad ones that are infecting a lot of these forces, these police forces, and causing issues and problems, and I understand that. But you cannot go around destroying everything because you're pissed off about that, because two wrongs that dramatic do not make a right. It doesn't. It's two wrongs. But see, I think there's another angle to this that people's not paying attention to. So Trump today ordered Antifa to be labeled a terrorist organization. Now, we've all seen their antics in the past, and so it was only a matter of time whether it was this issue or the other. But being the fact that you have people going around in these cities where people protest, where the protests are peaceful, and intentionally stirring it up, putting a fuse to the match to light it, lets you know that there's the Democratic side of this, there's the Republican side of this, and I don't give a damn what y'all say. That's what it is, and I'll get to that in a minute. And then you got that underlying third party that's causing most of the friction. We're the United States of America, and the United States of America stands for something. The rest of the world do not have the things that the United States offers. Do not have, you notice that nobody has said that you can't go out there and protest. Not one person has said, because that's part of our fundamental thing in the United States. One of their board is you can get out and peacefully protest, peacefully. But that third entity is pushing the buttons to try to get us to fight among ourselves, because we're easier to get away with things when we're paying attention, trying to keep our house in order. And there's always someone looking to try to stir the pot. Now, on one of the videos they showed where a guy had a hammer. He was a white guy. He was dressed in all black. He had a pink gas mask. At least the filters were. And he just went by and was knocking the windows out. And he just let the crowd do the rest. Why do you think that is? And this is happening in multiple places. Because when we get in mobs, things tend to explode. And that's what's going on. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. It ain't going to make either side happy. I don't care. But something's not right. When you can't peacefully protest, and every night that you peacefully protest, it just explodes into a riot. No, there's something more to that. The other thing that's really noticeable that the left is not going to even mention is the fact that most of the major riots are happening in Democratic controlled cities. Now, if you're screaming that the policies that are causing the issue, and that's the issue, that the policies were made by the Democrats in them cities. So it would stand the reason that it's not the man in the White House that's only been there 3 years that's the problem. It is the Democratic elected officials in that city that's the issue. And people are going to throw up the man, I don't know his name, the cop that killed Mr. Floyd was a Republican. So, I don't care. The system as a whole is what people are talking about. Well, if the system as a whole is broken, then it's broken majorly in these Democratic cities. That should tell you something. Apparently, that their policies aren't working at all. The Republicans have to do more. The Republicans have to do more in trying to help change the policies in some of these Democratic controlled cities. They have to. They have to take it upon themselves to get out, start trying to work more in the communities. They have to become more of a presence. People have to come together at this point. We got to quit letting folks tear us apart. Things have to be done differently on both sides of the aisle, because you can't keep functioning this way, because it is not productive as far as the country goes. Now, we just launched 2 men on a rocket ship to outer space. First time in 9 years. And it was a private business venture with NASA. Of course, y'all all know the SpaceX, Elon Musk company. People, we got bigger fish to fry out there, and things that we should be trying to accomplish out there, than what we're doing here now. And you're going to scream at me and tell me, well, you're just overlooking this, and I'm not. I just said we all have to do better. Both sides of the aisle. You can't, this happen, and you can't go around and destroying your whole country. Innocent people trying to protect their property getting beat up. Getting pulled out of cars. Burning down communities. How is that okay? How is that right? It's no more right than Mr. Floyd's death. We will never be able to fly amongst the stars and to live up to humanity's full potential, to know what's out there as a country and as a world, until we all come together and move forward and start working for something more than the pettiness and the hatred and the resentment and the overall just bad feelings towards everyone from the right side and the left side. until we start realizing there's something bigger, we're never going to move forward. Ever. That's my thoughts. And I hope you enjoyed them. If you stayed this far to the end of the video, I thank you. I know a lot of you don't, but thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace. Y'all have a great day.